Tigers versus Fnatic, game number 3. Game number 1 went heavily into the favor of Fnatic, and then Tigers kind of stomped game 2. You guys were saying that you felt like it was just a draft issue last time, pretty much?
Yeah, we were trying to be nice, and once we were off camera, we basically said Fnatic's draft was garbage.
Okay.
Oh, wait, we're back on camera now.
Oh, messed up. No, we're not on camera.
Okay.
Look.
For a second. All right.
Oh, man, we dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, I think their draft is... It's all that, I mean, I think the draft as a whole is very one-dimensional, and it can work if your opponents don't have a draft that counters you, but they did. They had Crimson Guard, they had Timbersaw, they have Abaddon. These heroes just don't care about right-click damage.
And Iowa's let through again, and they're going to take the gyrocopter this time.
The axe stuff didn't really work, particularly when they end up putting in a support role.
This is just such a strong combo. Straight up, like, the heroes just do way too much when paired together compared to anything else that you can pick with IO, unless there's something that's completely undiscovered. But like I was saying yesterday, this is just the combo that every single region views this as the best combo in Dota right now.
Although, you do have the combo master on the other team.
You do.
And this is the real question that I want to know. Is IO Gyro more broken, or is Grimstroke more broken?
I think Grimstroke is a close second.
Okay.
But I think IO is better, just because IO changes the way that you can play the map, unlike any other hero. And Grimstroke, he does change the way that you can play team fights, unlike any other hero. But I would wager that changing the way you can orient yourself around the map is stronger to most teams than the way that you can fight. I think Necrophos, when he was strong, is also a hero that could change the way that you can take fights that you otherwise couldn't, because you have that Reaper Sight to put somebody below that kill threshold. And Grim's in the same spectrum as that.
And if you're going to take good team fights, I like having the Sand King as a centerpiece for that too.
Double burrow as well, the Grimstroke. Excellent in lane with the Grimstroke, because you put the Inkswall, and then the Sand King just uses the burrow.
And you Sandstorm. You don't just, if Gyro puts a homing missile on, you can just stay in that Sandstorm.
Yeah.
He'll hit you, but you're still invis.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And Sand King, even before Sand King was considered to be relatively okay against Gyro in lane, just because Gyro wants you to run away from the creeps, and Sand King wants to sit on the creeps and use the caustic. So they kind of, he plays nicely into like the way that Gyro wants you to play. The Q on Gyro is not going to do much to the Sand King unless he kills the whole wave, which is not likely to happen.
So I think if I'm remembering this right, can't you do like Soulbind, and then you blink over to on top of like the secondary target, and then you burrow strike backwards, and then you'll like burrow strike one way and then burrow strike the other and get a double burrow strike.
That sounds pretty legit.
I think that's the way that it works.
That's pretty cool. That would be very, very good. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, because you'll get like double burrow onto 2 separate targets.
Yeah, and then where will you end up?
You'll end up
with the second one.
Yeah.
Imagine if it just kept going back and forth infinitely. This would be the combo.
You get a refresher orb and a refresh shard.
Yeah.
And you just recast your power strike. You double power, you refresh. You double power, you refresh.
What happens if you double Soulbind? I don't know about that.
I actually don't know.
Yeah.
That's
Would it quadruple Soulbind?
well, it probably bind.
Burrow strike.
It would bind the first two, and then
you use the Soulbind, which would bind the second one, which would bind him to him, and then him to him or her.
So you're double soul binding the 2 same heroes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like let's just say Lion Earth Spike.
I think it would just like almost replace the previous one, maybe.
Probably that's what would happen.
That's what I'm guessing. If you want to refresh, you'd almost want to soul bind 2 different heroes.
Yeah.
What happens if you soulbind one of the heroes who is already soulbinded, but to a third hero?
Yeah. Like a person walking with 2 dogs on a leash instead of 1.
Exactly.
2 like rabid dogs that are running in the opposing direction.
I mean, if it's something simple like a hex, then it's just everybody's hexed.
Yeah.
If it's like a lion stun, things get a little bit more weird.
It does. Or when it's a soulbind on top of a soulbind.
Yeah, then
that's
it's
when things get really
God. Good quad bind.
Oh, the infinity bind.
Jeez. What is happening? Okay. Where is Dota right now these days?
I actually really hope, because then if you did a double soulbind, it would be the triple soulbind. Like if you hit all 3, let's say it's only 2 heroes next to each other, right?
Yeah.
Just indulge me for a minute before we my eyes glaze over. So that means that you would have 2 heroes bound together, and then they're like triple bound together. So if you like attack them with one ult or like one
Triple
spell,
Reaper Scythe them.
Well, then they're triple, and then if you
Yeah.
have a refresher shard and you use it, then
Oh
it goes,
no! The 3 soul binds make all the soul binds.
so then it goes up to 6.
6.
Yeah.
It would keep.
5 seconds remaining.
No, wait, it does go to 6 or no? It goes to.
I
Okay,
think I
wait,
know.
let's do the math on this. Let's do that. Okay, so you soul bind.
So that
You
adds.
soul bind, right?
So it's a plus.
So you soul bind, just regular soul bind, 2 heroes soul bound together.
Yeah.
You refresher
So-
shard, soul bind the same 2 heroes together, which would cause the soul bind to go on the first target
and the second.
and the second target as
So
well.
then they're soul binded 3
so
times.
there's 3 soul binds,
Yep.
and then if you do another soul bind,
Then
it would cause the first soul bind to go 3 times on the second unit,
Yep.
which
And
would
3 on
cause
the other.
3 on the other.
And they
No,
already
it would
had
cause
3.
3 on the other, but it would also be, since it's triple the other way, wouldn't those ones that get cast also? I think I know what we're going to be doing in between
I
this series and the next.
absolutely know. It's gonna be so boring if
It just
if it just replaces.
I'm sure it's just replaced.
Probably
It's going to be the
does.
simplest
It
mechanic that does not break Dota, which is it just replaces.
This is why we're Dota casters and not math teachers.
Guys, it's late. It's not even late. It's only 1:45 in the morning.
This is just.
You've got 3 more hours of us. I apologize.
It's going to be wonderful. Yeah, we
think-
got Bane,
I think
too.
the CIS games start at like 5 a.m. So
Oh, my
I
God.
can peace out of here soon, guys.
Radiant team.
Bane gives him some lockdown control. Pango, ice.
There we
ice.
go.
Here
There we go.
If there was a guy to do it in Southeast Asia.
It's Ice, that's for sure.
Yep.
He was playing this hero before people thought it was good again for the second time. This would be the 3rd time that he's good.
He won a major with this hero.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is it's a very, very strong hero
10
with the
seconds
silence
remaining.
disarm. I would say more so with the silence
5
after the laning
seconds
phase, but in the laning
remaining.
phase, like if you disarm your laning opponent and you just keep hitting them, you basically just get a free chance to proc it again.
But it's really weird, though, because it's like you maybe want one and then you end up getting the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You got to roll the dice. You know,
roll the dice.
You swashbuckle in and hope you disarm them because you're committing in. and
Right.
If not, you may have to shield crash your way out of there.
It is such a he attacks so quickly. Oh God, let's not get into the percentage chance shit again.
Yeah.
But
20%.
it's like he attacks so quickly that like you're always gonna have this on somebody. I thought it was gonna be bad too when I first read it, but then I played against it and
Turn to
the
ban.
dude was walking up to me, and while I was silenced or disarmed, and he would get the second proc, and it's like, oh, I get it. I get how this hero is played. You know, the lane's very strong.
Man, I'm scared of this of this Tigers draft already. Just thinking about like the GPM talents later, and then the hard single
Radiant
target
team ban.
items you're going to be picking up, like sheep sticks, Dagons.
All that
Yeah.
Grimstroke synergy.
It is true, but also you have this Pangolier who has magic immunity, and you have an entirely magic-driven draft.
Right.
Yeah, they
Like this guy's gonna roll in, and nothing is going to stop him.
they actually don't have that much damage. Like Puck's one of those heroes that kind of has a damage ceiling with
10
his nukes.
seconds remaining.
Yeah. Like we were
Sanking,
talking with the,
Jakiro. Like Sanking's just gonna want to tank up. I feel.
5
Yeah, for
seconds
sure.
He's not going to
remaining.
be a massive damage dealer.
he's not really
necessarily.
played like around the epicenter anymore. It's been quite a long time since people played him around the epi. Like he really is he's like Puck. He's got a damage healing as well because he's really
Mhm.
a burrow strike.
Radiant team.
He gets in there, tanks up, starts fights.
I like the Slark ban. That could be a hero that matches up well against Pango and lane. Just able to kind of trade those right clicks. Mentioned Pango when you go in, just look for those silenced disarms. Well, Slark, he's just going to steal your stats, and Pango's a pretty squishy laning hero to begin with.
Yeah, really good against the IO too because you grab somebody with the IO, they tank up. Slark steals so many stacks from them, and
10
then
seconds
if it's the
remaining.
gyro, which of course it is with the IO gyro, you steal permanent agility. So
5 seconds remaining.
definitely be pretty
Fnatic,
solid.
turn to pick.
they pick the life stealer.
Hmm.
I was actually expecting Fnatic to maybe pick the life stealer, although that would mean the IO gyro is
Yeah,
mid,
yeah.
which is kind of bad. But just so much magic damage from both teams.
I guess partly maybe why they didn't gyro last game is because Morph was in the pool. This time around they banned the Morph because I was thinking, okay, well, is Morph still there? Like, surely you just go Morph against gyro, but that was
Right.
actually banned out from the
Yeah.
from the get-go.
God, they
10
banned Morph and
seconds
still
remaining.
got the IO.
I
Yeah.
think Lifesteal is still going to maybe give them some damage problems.
5 seconds remaining.
I guess you've got the Lifestealer Infest Bombs with the puck. That's a lot of quick burst
Yeah.
on a target.
Puck, or with the Sand King too.
That's great
You may
response.
now
You know, a
select
hero
your
that does not get
heroes.
blown up by a Lifestealer bomb with his
Mhm.
high armor. Does give Lifestealer a nice like feast target to kind of regen and heal off of, but end of the day, if DK is staying alive, he can frontline for you and bait out the initiation.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at these drafts, and I feel like Tigers have sort of thrown out the gauntlet of, okay, we're going to try and win the game off the back of like this Grimstroke, winning us team fights, and then eventually Lifestealer being able to like get a lot of stuff done. Fnatic, it's sort of a similar thing where it's a lot off of their first pick in this crazy synergy, but they also now have this DK that is going to probably be able to at least break even in his lane, if not win it outright, and then start taking towers around the map.
Yeah, DK versus Puck's a great DK matchup. It's like being historically the counter to Puck mid in a lot of ways because Puck just doesn't harass or do enough damage to zone DK in any way.
Yeah.
Could you swap it and go Lifestealer mid against DK?
It's
I think it's
not
pretty.
great.
I think it's pretty good, just because the Lifestealer, the armor doesn't matter anymore, right? So he's going to get like.
Oh, for the
will
Lifesteal
farm,
Puck.
yeah.
So you think you should actually put the Lifestealer mid?
Yeah, I think you can put the Lifestealer
Okay.
mid. It's not going to destroy DK by any means, but it'll do fine. And Puck in the side
Huh.
lane, I think would do relatively
I just
well
think
against either. The
Puck really likes those levels though, needs them more
yeah,
than a
that's true.
Lifestealer.
That is
but-
true. You probably
And
want,
then Puck plus a support doesn't have that kill potential or the zoning potential of like the Lifestealer maybe. But
yeah. I think you do need the Puck to be a playmaker this game too, so the levels would help out with that.
Yeah.
Get to that.
You could
damage
solo the
ceiling quicker.
Puck and then tri-lane with Grim, Sand King, and Jakiro maybe.
I think Sand King's another hero that wants those levels though.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
It's the hero that needs these levels the least is the Lifestealer. He's the guy that just wants his farm
Wants
secured.
items, yeah.
Yeah. So I think you stick to just supporting Lifestealer in lane. I mean, Puck versus DK is not like a terrible matchup for Puck by any means. It's just it's a good matchup for DK. and-
Oh, he is going mid. Okay.
Sweet. You guys are on point.
We'll see if
Puck
it
down
works for
bottom.
him.
Yeah, and we've kind of gone over the downsides of it since, I mean, I didn't think this is what they were going to do, but there's obviously some upsides to it.
They're doing Puck versus Pango too. Maybe they're anticipating like some sort of lane swap from Fnatic. Maybe they actually want the Puck against the gyro because you can dodge the rocket. With the
I missed that sound.
we'll see. We'll see what they do with the lanes. Try laning right at the start. This is a very common thing right now. Just look for a kill.
But they do so while hiding where the Puck and Lifestealer are.
Yeah.
This is key, because if Ajit reveals himself bottom, then suddenly Fnatic can do some of those
30
lane
seconds
swaps.
to battle.
Yeah, they actually want the Puck versus the Pangolier. I think that's probably pretty favorable for Puck. You just trade right clicks with the Pango.
Yep.
You have very high base damage. Pango has 4 base. Is that 4 base armor? Did they buff that?
It might have been like an
no clue.
Agi thing.
Seems kind of high. Yeah, maybe an Agi thing.
Um,
Still, Puck does 65 base damage. It's quite a lot.
I mean, the other thing to keep in mind is that Puck can probably chase Ice 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 better than most other
begins.
heroes.
Yeah, that's true.
Zari going to start to trade some hits there. We'll see.
15 extra base damage on Puck. It's so hard to trade with him.
He's seen the Puck now, but I don't think you can... Like, what kind of lane swap do you do here anyways? You don't really want to do, like, the Pango mid.
Yeah.
And DK's... I mean, he's going to farm against Lifestealer versus DK just sounds like a snooze fest of a lane. They're both going to farm.
Yeah.
I'm sure that
That's
we're
what
going to
they
see
want.
Lifestealer find a way to solo kill the DK. Just because that's how the crazy things that have been happening in the patch.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, the Breathe Fire maybe gives DK a tiny edge.
I think so. I think probably.
Maybe
This
like
is-
60-40 edge. Or
This has been like a pretty typical. Oh, goes in. Just trying to do a lot of extra right clicks there. It's been a pretty common thing to see people put like Morphlings against DKs, Lifesteals against DKs, just because you can get this carry that would traditionally be underleveled because you want to run them in the safe lane. DK doesn't really pressure. He'll probably win the lane in terms of CS slightly, but he'll do that to anybody. So you can just buff up a traditional carry, give them a bunch of experience they otherwise wouldn't be able to get by putting them in the mid lane. I think Jazz is actually dead.
Oh,
nice
nice
job,
block
yeah.
off.
Ajit finding the kill there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
DJ
attack.
has just been messing with Zephyr over here to the side. Gets the tether onto the creeps, keeps up with them.
Yeah, you Gonna do this. Make sure you contest the denies and last hits there.
Moon took Sandstorm level 1, but they dropped down a Sentry, so he's kind of in an awkward spot now for trying to just Sandstorm in the lane.
You're just forcing the gold out here early on, and suddenly it's like on their mind, oh, we got to buy another Sentry or a Dust later on. It's a lot of early game gold that you have to spend.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, just about that 2-minute mark, and we'll see what they're going to try and if they're going to want to change anything up. It feels like everything's kind of going how we expected.
Yep.
They did find the kill down in the bottom lane, but still not looking terrible by any stretch of the imagination. Pango actually ahead of the puck right now.
So
Lifestealer is destroying the DK, actually. Maybe not destroying. Very, very well.
The Silence has gotten a lot of buffs recently, and Ajit very low is going to go down. And now the Nightmare, the walk away, he's healing
With
back
the
up as well.
salve.
Oh, great play coming out from Fnatic. It's going to save their lives and maybe even find another one here. They have
Has a
mango.
mango. Yep. He's going to go for it.
Mango for Pango.
Nicely
wow.
done.
2 furrow.
Okay.
Really nice Nightmare save from Jabs there.
DK's back ahead in CS. I think it was just a wave going towards his tower.
That makes sense.
But now there's a wave going to life, so it's pretty
That's
much
true.
even.
Look
so
at their
Snooze
items.
fest.
This is the most boring thing ever.
are they both? Yeah, both getting bracers. Like, it's a nothing lane.
Look out, I'm going to farm. Hey, so am I. All right.
So I did get an update from production. We were going to be doing Mineski versus Lowtech here after, but that game's actually starting early in 10 minutes. So that's going to be on BTS 2. We're going to be doing the deciding match from Group B on this stream. So whoever loses this is going to go up against Boom ID,
Okay.
which will be our last series for today.
Not going to get to see Mineski Lowtech again.
We're being robbed. I feel good because we've been following Group B today. We'll follow Group B to the end.
Yeah. Get the full story of.
Although
what this
Boom ID did
is.
not look very good in our big series, but they got a 2-0, so they must have woken up a bit.
First match of the day, man.
Yeah, exactly. So it's always the best excuse.
Yeah, it is.
Be a little bit careful. Abed here does have a breathe fire, but nah. He just life steals up again. He's fine.
He went this Blightstone. I feel like, DK's got enough armor. He sees his Blightstone. He's just like, okay, whatever.
Oh my god, if he dies because he doesn't have another bracer and he has a Blightstone.
The thing is, it's just for damage, too, because the lifesteal doesn't increase anymore, so.
Right. It's not that much damage, though.
Maybe it's going to get him a kill here, actually.
No.
Maybe we're wrong.
He just keeps on walking ever closer and trying to get out. Not
Yeah,
going to do it.
Was it the Blightstone?
I think it was the 2 supports that do
A lot of magic.
a lot of magic damage.
I thought you were going to say, I think it was the 2 supports that went mid.
Well, it was them.
Yes. That is indeed true. Ooh.
The nice thing about this new Sand King Sandstorm is the fact that the caustic, it only works if you don't get denied, and they have absolutely no idea which creep you're going to hit next with the caustic when you're just in the sandstorm, you're invis. So you can actually like mess with them. Before you try to time it and deny what the Sand King is hitting, and as he's setting up those caustics, you hit him too, harassing him, and he would have to run away from the wave. But there's no punish if there's no sentry, if he's just standing on the wave now.
It's kind of weird, these heroes that can do stuff without being seen. Like, it used to only be Slark, and that was like his thing, right? Now you got Sand King, PA's doing it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's funky.
They can kind of be seen, but it's for such brief periods that they're basically just Slarks.
Yeah.
3 null talismans. Will he go for a 4th?
Dire's top tower
Seems
is
after the
under
nerf, the adjustment was you go 3 rather than 4 of
Right,
these stat
right.
items. It's like, all right, this nerf, we're feeling it. We're not getting quads anymore. We're going triple null and raids.
So in other
You've-
words, it's not good anymore.
Yeah, null talismans suck. Wraith bands, they suck.
Radiant's bottom
You're only
tower is
getting
under
3.
attack.
It's clearly not a good item.
Exactly. Oh,
1
face.
bracer only on this lifestealer.
Yeah, he wants to go.
He
for
really
other
doesn't think these
things.
are good. This is the rank 1 player too, so.
Yep.
He's
think
right.
the-
He's
For a
100%.
carry, the braces don't feel that good. You're not really looking to tank up. You want to go get your damage items
Yeah,
going.
if you're the carry, you're the reason that your team is tanking up and fighting.
Yeah.
Well, just the type of hero too. Lifestealer has always been this guy that gets a lot of different, like, small items, right? like again an armlet or something, and then like an S and Y.
Dire structures are fortified.
Like it sort of changes up, so you don't want to fill your inventory, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Gyro, double Wraith. Whoa, not getting the third maybe though. That's
Going for
a
a
bit
drum?
risky.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay.
Drums is just so strong with the Wisp movement speed.
Yeah.
And the fact that the Wisp also gets that additional movement speed from the Gyro.
Alright, Gyro already doing a decent amount of damage to that top tier on tower.
Yeah.
Getting it down near deny range, but not quite. And that prompts Tigers to come on up here. They want to stunt this Gyrocopter's growth a bit.
Just the 1 point burrow, but it looks like it's going to be enough as they find him. Still regen coming in from DJ as they try and escape, but to no avail as they'll take down one, possibly going to take down two as Ajit gets the double.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's one of the
Save possible.
the really nice things about this new sandstorm is you can channel the epicenter during the sandstorm, and they have no idea like where you are or that it's even happening. And I mean, there's no way that they could have interrupted it without like somebody being there that has some ground targeted or like a detection. But in any case, still like not knowing where the Sand King is means that he can get right on top of you. He chase the Wisp there. Because if you don't get the Wisp, then he just heals the Gyrocopter.
Right. So good rotation, and they end up making it work. See if they head back to this lane again. I mean, they don't have Epi this time, but they do still have a burrow strike. Silence. The Gyro.
Get him again. They don't quite have the damage, it looks like. And Bane's coming in.
Oh my god, Zephyr. He just dies to flak. They're gonna bring in Lifestealer now, see if they can make something else happen. Open wounds, there's the Dream Coil onto two. Burrow Strike as well, onto the Bane, so we can't get off any Nightmare save. But nonetheless, it's a lot of damage coming out from this Gyrocopter.
Pango.
They're trying to get the kill. It's like with the rotation, it's a long TP, but it's short enough, and Ajit able to dodge away for the moment. He might not jump to that orb, but still gonna die. Triple kill for MP.
All of that was initially possible for Tigers because Puck hit 6 before Pango, but Pango just under his tower got 6, and the second he hit 6, I saw him TP in, and then he's just like, okay, I can turn this around.
They're farming his stack too. That was a really nice chase from Ice 2 with the Pango, like following the Puck orb.
Yeah.
So Puck knows that he can't just take the orb because he's just going to get stunned again and then killed, because if he takes the orb, he's right by the wall, and then Pango bounces and hits him again. He's just dead. So Puck has a choice of either to die by the Gyro or die to the Pango, because Ice chased. He didn't try to turn around or something like that.
And it's one of those like Puck player instincts. You see someone chasing your orb, that means you just don't join.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Your Puck guts kind of kicking, and you're like, okay, they're chasing my orb, don't go. But Gyro, you know, he's just standing there. He's happy to take the kill. That's best case scenario for Fnatic.
Yeah.
How's the net worths of our carries doing right now? How are we looking? Pretty even. Like Fnatic, 3 heroes up there pretty high. Sand King the one that's not farming all too well. It's similar story to last game, but
What's Lifesteal building into this game?
hidden armlet queued up.
Armlet? Okay. Yeah, it's good. It's good with the infest bombs that you can set up this game, this team.
I think the single target burst is going to be key.
Yep. If they can get on the Wisps,
Radiant's
it's
middle
going to be
tower
really good.
is
Oh,
under
he misses
attack.
You can just TP out. It looks like 1437 to try and just keep this tower alive if possible.
Man, that's exactly what you want to happen if you're 1437.
Uh-oh.
Making so much space.
Mango caught, silenced, going to be killed off.
Chain silence.
Dire's
Nicely
top
done.
He can't swashbuckle away anymore when he's leashed, huh?
I'm not 100% sure about that one. Like it's a weird. It's a weird.
It's a new
I
state.
don't think you can, but I think you can use
Can
the.
you ulti out when you're...
You can ulti out.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can ulti out, and I think you can use the jump.
Okay. The shield
The shield-
crash.
the
I mean,
shield
he was silenced for days anyway,
Yeah.
so it didn't end up.
Yeah, the Grimstroke is so effective versus the Pango because he doesn't really ever build attack speed above, so he's just permanently silenced.
You end up catching 1437.
He's doing his job though. You know.
Yeah. He loves making this his job. 1437 is one of those like pretty greedy 5 positions who loves playing these like Jakiros and Wyverns and just
Yeah.
telling his carry, go, you know, get out of this lane. This is my lane now.
Yeah.
This is the dead lane.
Oh,
I'm
look
gonna-
at
I'm gonna
this
take
setup
farm.
right here. Jabs waiting behind, has grip available. They're
They-
going to TP in a couple,
They have to
has it
relocate.
immediately onto the Sand King. Now with the relocate coming in, they're going to be able to take down 2 most likely. No, maybe not, although they're moving in with Zephyr as well. He's trying to save this fight. It's not looking so good for him. And again, all set up by jabs in the back.
God, that
Lifestealer's
rolling
gone.
thunder. The very end, he's stunning people. Heads up play from jabs. Knows he can just grip the Sand King, kill him. He's the guy that can escape, cause problems, use the Burrow Strike. Lifestealer has no way to cancel the grip, and he rages. Yeah, he's maybe gonna threaten to kill an IO, but you're gonna win the fight.
Oh, Nightmare save. MP living for the moment, but not long enough. And Ajit makes a little bit something for himself, but it's going to be brought down.
Good fight for Fnatic, even though they lose their gyro there. Still definitely a win for them.
We've seen even with the net worth being either way, like the most important thing this patch seems to be those early towers and taking control of an area. So I think even though you lose the gyro, you're okay with that fight just because you take the tower. Like in the last game, for example, they were behind in net worth, but were in such control of the game because they had total map control, which of course is also a result of the draft, but taking towers obviously helps with map control.
Man. Yeah, it's been a really good job of, you know, just ensuring that they're trying to shut those ones down. I like the Jakiro pick for, like, you know, maxing out this liquid fire and just running into lanes and gain some decent damage onto the tier 1s whenever he can. Looks like he's going to throw out the macro prime, probably try and, like, run up and hit this one time.
The game's a little different from the other Jakiro game where he actually has the levels to do this now. Without the macro pyre, it's a lot harder. You just don't have the range.
Yeah.
Surprised he maxed the liquid fire. I feel like that's not as good for pushing out waves.
Yeah, it's definitely not. But
And he hasn't really been on top of towers, hitting them so far at least. But
yeah.
He's getting the levels anyways, but
Oh, no.
just maybe going for some cheeky tower damage there. But
Oh, look at though. They're moving up top. They want to try and gank while they're fighting in the mid lane.
Talked about last IO game. You generally want to go to the IO lane because you go to the other heroes and there's a relocate.
Oh.
Problem is you're at a tower.
Sand
Go to the IO lane when they're away from towers, maybe.
Yeah. The Pango TPs have been such a problem. They just can't fight into the Pango right now. Just on point.
Red's the beetle. At least I say he's so good on this hero. We'll see if they can get like any tower damage in, but Abed's already back. Yeah, this is alright. This is really bad. He actually doesn't have an orb again for a second. He's just gonna get gripped.
The phase shift was on cooldown for the DK stun.
It's a really hard puck game. You have the silence from the Pango. You have the stun from the DK, which is pretty quick. And then, of course, the Bane. The Bane just makes Puck's life a living hell.
God, it's a big old stack.
Farm that stuff. He actually didn't have the silence up until this point, the new Pango. He just got it.
The lucky shot.
He hasn't even needed it. He just wanted the damage. And the mana regen, presumably.
That's interesting. I guess in the lane he wasn't really able to contest the puck too much anyways.
Yeah.
I guess also against phase shift, theoretically you're dodging most of the swashbuckle.
Yeah.
So yeah, here we go. Will be that Armlet Deso, the classic single target Lifestealer Infest Bomb build where you just maximize your damage output.
And it is not really a great infest bomb right now since the puck went for Veil and Sand King went for the Helm of the Dominator. It's
Yeah, that is true.
kind of tough.
Mismatch of items in this game.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like I think that either one of those is pretty okay. It's
You
really
want
unfortunate
somebody
that they
to
don't
have a
both.
blink. Yeah, that's the thing. This happens a lot. You have more on the tier 2 level, but there's like a lot of games where you see somebody and one of you should have gone for the blink, and you're sacrificing your own farm, you're sacrificing your own like kill potential and stuff like that. But somebody on your team needs to start these fights. I guess they think that with the coil being as strong as it is now, like you can't TP out, you can't use movement abilities. That's enough to start the fights.
But it's like you don't necessarily just want to take these team fights. You want your life still hits Armlet. He's like, all right, I just want to go get a pick off. Like he's like, where's my Blink Dagger teammate? And he probably
that's true. That's true.
He just clicks his teammates. He's like, oh, I've got this Armlet, and I guess I keep farming now.
Because you don't want to like use the coil to start a gank.
No. And I think that it's like probably right now, had he gone for something maybe a little bit more greedy, he would have it and be able to be in a pretty similar position, maybe a little bit further ahead than he would be right now. I don't know what that looks like. Like if Radiance is
Some Radiance,
a
yeah,
completely
maybe.
dead thing.
Puck gets blinked now anyways, but it's a
Yeah.
very valuable Veil game. Like all of his teammates, Sanking, Jakira, have a lot of magic damage.
For sure.
Grimstroke, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. They need the burst to kill the IO too. It's really important for him. And the DK has so much armor that amplifying the magic damage is super effective.
Dire's top tower is under
How many
attack.
times? The position 5 in the bottom lane. This guy's just gonna macro pyro wave and get the heck out of here.
Twice as nice.
Webhead's showing, but it's hard to do anything.
It's the hero that you just don't really.
Radiant's
Maybe with a
bottom
Dessa
tower
you can
is
kill him.
under
Even
attack.
then,
Dire's
borderline.
top tower is under attack.
depending what items
Radiant
DK has.
structures are fortified.
They need like some silver edge, or that's why the Veil I think is so good, because until he gets, you know, way higher level, more items, they'll actually have enough damage to burst him. Even though all of their heroes have like a ceiling in terms of their damage, with the Veil, the ceiling's high enough.
1437 is a dead guy.
It's not the biggest skill to use Rolling Thunder for, but they know it's a tower. So they're like, well, if they come in, they're going to be TPing into a Rolling Thunder. If they're not coming, well, Rolling Thunder's down, but we're getting a tier 2 tower.
It's kind of funny to see how this trend of 5 rolls sitting in the trees has progressed, where a lot of people just stopped going to the dead lane and trying to push it because like the 5 roll was being so obnoxious, and then or you'd like not commit enough to kill the 5 roll because they're the 5 roll, and then your team would the 5 rolls TP in, team would TP in and then kill you. But now it's like people commit a lot to kill the 5 roll because they know
Right.
that they're trying to do that job. So it's just interesting, because before it was like the complete opposite. It's like, it's a 5 roll, guys, don't commit a lot to him.
And then, like,
then-
on the Fnatic side, they just don't have that 5 position who can go shove out a lane, so they're just ditching their tier 2 top. They
Yeah.
don't send anybody up there.
It would kind of be like the Bane, I guess, but
He
he's so
doesn't.
slow at doing it.
He doesn't clear a creep.
Yeah, he could pull it.
braids up one.
He could pull it in. Like the thing is, though, it's like he could pull it into the trees and then juke around and then force
Yeah.
the enemy team to commit, and then they would wipe. They would wipe them with the TPs in. But yeah, he
If
does-
anything, I'd say it's maybe even like a DK or someone, because then you can like relocate in if he gets gone.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you TP your supports, you relocate.
yeah, that's another approach. In fact, Fnatic is actually the team that does employ the approach of usually having the offlane, like ice will do
Yeah.
that, on like underlords and stuff like that.
I think the Pango maybe not the ideal here.
It's
You want
not.
Pango not showing on map.
Yeah,
as much as
Pango's
possible.
yeah.
Like he can shove out a lane quickly, but he wants to generally be
He wants to
missing.
do this. Yeah, he wants to do this.
Yep.
Oh, there's a fight going top lane while that's happening as well, though, and they've been able to
Stop the
find the
relocate.
IO gyro. They catch him out. Not
Itemization
bad at
was
all.
expecting some backup, and
He was.
hey, I mean he doesn't get punished for it. It's just a Jakira, so he doesn't mind they don't get that kill. But
Ooh, gets the sleep.
okay, can they get any more? Abed's looking. Oh, so close.
Jeez, that was super greedy not
See,
to rage.
If you're the Grimstroke and you watch this replay, you're gonna be so mad that you TP'd out literally on top of like exactly where the ward was. He TP'd out on the ward.
Yeah.
It's been there for like 3 minutes. He just happened to TP out on top of it.
Radiant's
He's so
top
mad.
tower is under attack.
Well, Lifestealer now has the Deso.
Radiant's top tower
It
is
still feels like it's been a strange Lifestealer game.
Definitely has. Just kind of farming.
Nightmare?
Doesn't have to.
Haven't seen many kills presenting itself. Doesn't even look like Sanking's going to go blink at all this game. Just wants to go
Radiant's top
full
tower is
survivability,
under
which
attack.
seems like a fine idea.
I think that's good. Playing it like some Underlord or Tidehunter. That would be a good hero for sitting in trees, possibly, like sitting in the dead lane. Heroes are so good at it, though.
It's hard to, like, if they do the full commit, though, then you're probably still going to die because your levels aren't going to be high enough and your ulti to get out in time
For who?
for Underlord.
Oh,
Is that who you're talking about?
I was saying Sand King's good.
Oh,
good
yeah,
at,
yeah,
like, sitting-
sorry. Thought you meant Underlord. It's like a theory crafty thing.
Yeah. Ice usually does it on some Underlord hero. Depends on the team. Depends on the game.
Tidehunter as well. He's
Yeah. It's
big
funny.
business.
It's funny how important something like that is, though. Just sending one hero to the dead lane, like you actually can get so much more off the map without losing your towers. It seems minimal, but you start doing it in pubs, and you start winning a lot more just by doing that because of naturally how much you'll get off the map. It's very, very important, actually.
So, alright, Ice. What items is the old Pango going for? Right, he did get the Vanguard and has Crimson queued up. I was wondering if he was going to go for the Greaves to get rid of the Puck Silence, but it seems he feels safe enough for now with just the Crimson against Lifestealer.
Yeah.
Probably see the Greaves afterwards, just so he can have that escape.
Yeah, I think so. Greaves is just.
Oh, well, Io's got the mech, so maybe
Oh, never
maybe he
mind.
goes like a Yules or
It's
something.
always so funny, like seeing just DJ have these items. Like he's not incredibly farmed this game relative to a normal DJ game, but he's still the most farmed of all the supports.
That's the nice thing about Wisp.
Last game,
Rolling
Grip.
in, the Fiend's Grip as well. They're going to be able to Burrow Strike to try and interrupt it, but this is still Lifestealer in trouble, and he's just dead. Couldn't get anything off. Zephyr is gone. Also, they're going to buy back on Lifestealer now.
Well, that's risky.
Still caught in the Soulbind. Yeah, well, they don't have Fiend's Grip anymore. Is Abed just going to go to work and take down the Jakiro, stun the Sand King. Nightmare and Runaway on Lifestealer.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's kind of a lost fight already, and now you commit a buyback as well. That's such a big hit to their item progression.
Good phase shift. And they give him the tip on
Man,
top of that.
Jabs is BM. He's all about these tips. I'm liking it, but
Dire's middle tower.
These are
Sass.
friendly tips, man.
Dire's
SEA.
middle tower
He
has
just
fallen.
nightmares and runs away.
They're all-
It's
they're all-
like it's not even happening. Oh,
I mean, I guess you're playing 5-position support. You used to be a core player and a 4-position player. You don't get to have as much fun. So
Yeah, this is how you have fun in these games.
you tip.
damage issues, or have they solved the problem? Damage issues still
It's
there.
damage issues,
Abed running away.
DK issues.
They jump inside of their
Oh
Sand King
boy,
buddy.
that's a dieback if he's not careful.
All he wants to do is kill Jabs. He finally gets it.
Tip
But is it
Jabs.
worth it?
Oh.
Look at the lifesteal. Look at the lifesteal.
Oh.
This hero, it's insane, but it's not enough. They're going to be able to find a kill.
Jab's gonna tip him again.
Oh, please do.
The dieback, tip the dieback, or is it on cooldown?
He might have run out.
Silence from Puck.
Been tipping a lot.
Yeah.
Slow down. Gets the silence instead of the disarm. That's pretty nice against the Jakiro
That's a
here.
lot, yeah. That's 4 down.
Oh,
Oh, he tips his teammate.
Huh, that must have been a misclick. That was definitely a misclick.
Yeah, that's
That was. Open the scoreboard. What?
well,
were-
you can hit the ult though. You know.
Maybe what he did was he was holding Alt to click the death timer
Yeah.
of the Nakes to like laugh with his team,
Mm-hmm.
but then he accidentally pressed the tip as he moved his mouse
Yeah.
over.
Seems likely.
Because I think the play there is definitely to tip up the lifestealer.
yeah. You just tipped him previously after killing him, and he dies back. It's
Right.
a big misplay not to tip him a second
And when he
time.
focuses you in the fight, you know that you're going to have that.
You're in his head.
Right, you're going to
Yeah.
have that percentage increase in his like rageability, tiltability lines.
Yeah.
I mean,
They probably could have
it's-
pushed him up to the S tier of tiltability, so they're probably A+ tier right now.
I'm liking this Fnatic stuff.
Maybe he's thinking, it's game 2. If they win, there's not a third game. So it's, if it was game 1 and you're going to game 2, you're like, yeah, you want to tilt him more. But he
Right,
wants to, be a bit. He wants to be mannered because when they beat Tigers have to play another series. So he doesn't want to.
That's true.
Make it hard for him there.
Right.
So
Because
he's
they want them
bad-mannered,
to win the next game, so they can play them again, because they know they're going to win.
but he's not rude. He's bad-mannered, but
Yeah,
the,
good. It was a good sportsmanship tip.
Okay.
There you go.
Because it doesn't benefit him anymore, because he knows that they're going to win.
He wants to tip his teammates because he wants to keep morale high.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's the other one.
Dire
2 birds,
are
1 stone sort of
scanning.
thing.
So here we go. What's
So many.
I was
orcs.
getting so confused. 'Cause I was like, wait, this is game 3, right? No, it's not 1-0. Yeah, so this game 3. The ticker at the top is wrong. The one's a lovely production I've got is correct.
Jabs. Is it going to be enough? Oh, Moon trying to run out of there. He's living.
Okay.
I did see a Puck with a lifestealer inside of him nearby.
Yeah, we haven't seen a single real infestable in this game, which is
Yeah.
concerning.
Oh?
I don't think that's the hero, though.
It's not
Yeah.
anymore. He is
We-
no longer killable, I feel.
We have seen this attempted many a time.
Maybe before he hits level 20, but once he's level 20, nah, you're not killing him.
And that bar in his inventory is also quite excellent.
Yep.
What a freaking hero.
He's killing his own kind right now. I don't know about that. Dragon fighter.
This one wins.
It's actually a Drake.
Oh.
Drake's
Oh.
not a class of dragon.
Apologies.
I have no idea. Actually. We've had that some dumb debate with Slacks or something about like wyverns
It's the
not being
wyvern,
the
yeah.
wyvern debate.
Wyvern's a drake?
Apparently, Puck fairy is a type of dragon, like a fairy
Fairy
dragon.
dragon,
I don't know. There's a whole dragon chart thing.
Dire's bottom tower is under
It seemed like a
attack.
bunch of nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Dire's structures
Yeah,
are
that was
fortified.
That's pretty reasonable.
Slacks and nonsense. Name a more iconic duo.
So there you go.
Dire's
Take some
bottom
objectives.
tower has fallen.
Life's going. They're doing big things. MP now.
Radiant's
Maelstrom
top tower
done.
is under attack.
Both DK and Gyro have evasion items queued up. That's going to make this lifesteal pretty sad.
Yeah. Not a hero that really wants to build into a Monkey King bar.
Particularly with the current items, he's going to be very squishy if he gets like a pure damage item next.
Yeah.
Look at how long it takes to kill this illusion. Uh-oh.
Melee illusions have been just busted since that change where they take less damage. They feel like you're killing a normal hero. It's almost not worth killing them, but they give vision. You gotta kill them. You don't want to just give them a free ward in an area.
Oh. Oh, this is false tips. Fake news. Ground target disable. No, this does not work anymore. Come on, Valve. 7.20.
Unbelievable.
What are they talking about?
It's implying you can get him out of Sandstorm now.
Are there any other ones?
Jesus.
Can we find any others?
Yeah, let's see which more of these tips are broken now that we're on the
Shadowblade
new
was
patch.
once the sword of a now long
Oh, that's
forgotten
not true
king.
anymore. Come on. He's a wraith. He's not a king anymore.
Was the Shadowblade the Wraith King's sword?
Well, he's still a
realize
king.
that.
I was just-
I don't think they're talking about.
Yeah, they're not. They're
Yeah,
not.
I'm pretty sure.
No.
You know what the plan is here?
Lothars.
You guys got to get your GPM talents. Oh God, no! Say
Oh,
it.
this
ain't
is the same
so.
thing.
It's terrible.
Is this a
Didn't we see
replay?
this before?
This
What's
is a replay.
happening?
Oh, that's a bug, by the way.
What's above?
The Grimstroke ulti stopping the Pango in place.
Well, that's
Feature. We're casting a Valve official DPC tournament.
Because he was
Bugs
turned.
don't exist.
He was turned towards the target that he was
Yeah.
bound to, and he still wasn't moving.
Yeah, if this is a Dota summit, it's a bug. But here in
That's-
the DPC, it's a feature.
That is true.
that actually could be like helpful for Pango if you like
It is.
position it right on
'Cause
top of him.
You just perma-stun somebody.
Oh God.
Who needs Yule Scepter?
Yeah, I feel like this Lifestealer's damage on
Radiant
heroes
are
is not going to be
scanning.
very high this game.
Radiant's middle
Yeah,
tower
this
is
game
under
did not
attack.
pan out well. Like the late blink daggers, the fact Tigers just weren't really making plays. Like I think the idea of sending that Jakira down bottom over and over, he dies a few times is right, but the other heroes need to be making
Doing
moves.
something. Yeah. It's like it frees up the map for you to kill the heroes that will be dealing with top.
Yep.
Because they have to commit so many people to the bottom lane. It's not just a free tower. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
And you have a Mjolnir now on the Gyro.
I think if you're going to pick Infest Bomb heroes too and go the Infest Bomb build lifesteal, like you want to abuse it.
I wonder if it was their plan all along, was the Infest Bomb, because it was a last pick lifesteal, or maybe it was just like what they felt like they needed at the last second, you know?
Yeah, they didn't know that DK was coming, so they
Are
saw what
scanning.
Io Gyro and Pango. I think if you're going lifesteal into Io Gyro, you're definitely thinking Infest Bomb's a part of your game.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you need to get on top of
Block
like
the
the
IO.
IO and just blow them up.
Yeah.
So they definitely had it on their mind. You don't pick this lifesteal without that Infest Bomb against those heroes.
I think Puck was probably feeling like he could pick up the Blink Dagger very quickly after the Veil so that it wouldn't matter that much, but
Particularly because like his first few rotations top actually, succeeded. They killed the Gyro. He's probably thinking, oh, no blink, it's fine. Dream Coil's working. I'll just get this Veil, get some more stats.
Yep.
We'll get some more kills even without my blink.
but the window where they had to do that was actually quite
Yeah.
small.
Well, no, right after that all happened, they suddenly lost a few fights up top. So
Lose towers, lose item advantage, all of a sudden it's not so easy to take fights.
Man, and the difference this game is obviously, one, your cores are a lot squishier for Tigers, but also you've got a Maelstrom, all this magical damage. They do find the Bane at the start of the fight. This is the best looking fight that they've taken so far. Can it turn into something more? BKB's out onto 2 cores. They get the Lifestealer
Shrine.
and Fest. See if they can keep their buddies alive, but Moon looks like he is going to fall, and I Wonder Kid trying to escape from the flurry of action, and Ajit doesn't have a Dream Coil anymore. They're still trying to turn this back around with the Lifesteal coming from the Lifestealer. Raged up, but not living. And, well, 1437 can only look on in dismay as his entire team is dead around him, it feels like. And, well, Ajit,
It is
chasing?
3v3. I mean,
Oh, makes it happen.
Wow,
Okay, big
Ajit,
kill.
There we go.
Pango, can you do something else?
Sice is like, I can make some
Oh,
plays too.
silence.
I mean
Living.
it's 3v2. Like, they can win this fight.
Inkswell trying to get in range. It's not going to be there for the stun, though. Still slowed.
There's no DK.
Silence again.
gotta
Low
be
on
dead.
mana. Just have stick charges.
Ajit's trying so hard to carry this game.
They're doing it, man. making it happen for his team. Chase forward for more. They jump in though with
DK's coming in
Abed.
hot.
And, well, just like that, it stops a lot of it. Moon moving into position. They can't catch Ice though. Do still have a burrow strike, but he gets the low ground. And, well, Ice just baited them all into their death. Now the sleep. They have Fiend's Grip again. Bane is back into this fight. If he can catch any of them, could be big. Pango, dead. Ajit, punching, got him.
It was the longest fight I've ever seen.
What level's Puck now? How close to this 25? Okay, not super close.
He got 6,000 experience.
Casual. I mean, they got
And 2,300 gold.
I think that's the kind of fight. I feel like you should be getting a hell of a lot
Yeah,
of XP.
yeah,
He
that's-
got
I mean,
so many solo kills.
Yeah.
Killed
and-
everybody, so
Yeah, like his whole team's dead, and he's just cleaning up.
yeah, that's fair.
This poor lifesteal, like he uses his rage, like kind of gets like that first kill in the Bane, and then he's just like trapped. When you see a lifesteal turn around just to do as much damage as he can before he dies, that's a depressing feeling. As
You
a
can't see how
lifestealer.
strong the lifesteal is, though. He
Yeah.
is surviving for
Yeah.
quite some time. Maybe if he did any damage, it would feel a lot more strong. But he's doing no damage in these fights. He's just lifestealing a lot.
I mean, that's still good, like soaking up. Imagine if that was a Tinker instead of a Puck.
It is, but he's probably supposed to be the one doing
Ooh.
damage in this
Oh.
draft, like you said.
Oh, he misses the coil, and MP gets out.
Oh, catch DJ though. This is signs of life from Tigers. It was looking like they were just out 10k gold lead. They weren't going to be able to keep up, and suddenly that fight happens where they bring down the gyro, and things are not looking all too hopeless.
Jakiro is dead. He's just going to have to, well, accept his fate most likely. Although
Oh.
Moon's here. Grip now onto him as well. Oh, and the
Boy.
Pango ulti coming through. Moon still trying to live, able to dodge again. They jump in with the Puck. They don't decide to actually jaunt into that fight. Abed revealing himself. They've already used the coil in this one, so Moon is going to die. They've also lost the Jakiro.
Trying to save his buddy.
There we go.
To Roche, because they are right there.
This is something I feel like they could have maybe done sooner, but
For sure.
I think they just felt like they've got this edge. They want to keep fighting, and
Yeah. I don't know how you guys are feeling about this lifestealer, but it definitely doesn't feel. I guess there's probably other ways you can play it or draft it. Like you're saying, like if they had a Tinker, he'd be probably a lot more effective with what he's doing. But
now that he's under farm too, if he was keeping up with it more, it would maybe be a different story. But
yeah,
you know,
Look
he's
at all
looking
these
at like a
people.
33-minute SMY is not going to be a game changer.
Look at all these people here. The Nightmare needs to be careful. They have Grip not there, and trying to live, not going to happen. Take down Ajit. Does have buyback.
That's the key kill for them, though. That should set up Roche. Maybe even that tier 2 top tower if they want to go for it, but you're better off just taking Roche first. And
it's always such a nice play when you're ahead to just walk into the pit, wait for the enemy team to try and steal it, and just get a couple free kills, walk back into the pit, take it anyway. It's just free gold, and that's a big reason that even if the enemy team can contest Roshan, you can still run to Roche just to force that fight, force them to put themselves in a position to get picked off. Same reasoning behind like going and pushing high ground, even if you think you can't get it. It's just to force them back, force the enemy team to make a move, and you can capitalize on it.
These levels really showing the difference here. You'd love to be able to get into these level 20s GPM talents on the Radiant. Allow them to have a little bit more efficiency in these fights and just ability to do things, but not quite happening. They do take down this creep wave. Again, Macro Pyre, very effective. Deny? Oh,
How much GPM does Jakiro get?
150.
150. Okay, that'll be nice for him.
Io has his already, and it's going towards a BKB.
ooh. That makes sense. It's all magic damage other than
Definitely effective,
Lifestealer, and
yeah.
Lifestealer is not exactly that farmed.
The nice thing too is if he has the BKB, all the magic damage doesn't cancel his regen. Like he can just earn himself up. I don't think he has a bottle, but just allows him to just regen his gyro really nicely. Go into the fight. He's not gonna die.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tigers having to play in the dark now as all of the wards are on the map for the Dire and none on the map right now for the Radiant. They get one down.
Oh boy, that's a farm DK.
Did he go? He went for the Dragon Blood talent, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's so farmed. He doesn't need the GPM talent. He's gonna be
Hard against Lifesteal though. That's I don't know. Lifesteal will be seeing this and be like, okay,
yeah. I mean,
this is one way to keep myself alive in a team fight.
Find that
he
DK.
does have the armor. I mean, it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be the same thing though. Where it's, this whole game has just been Lifestealer and DK doing nothing to each other.
Yeah, I'd almost rather he went like a damage item at this point. I feel like he is
Yeah.
kind of unkillable before this heart, even with just like 2.5k health. Getting a Daedalus or something could have been pretty nice. Or
Yeah, for
Bloodthorn against like some of these heroes that are kind of annoying to play into.
Yeah, then the Lifestealer DK matchup would be more DK killing the Lifestealer instead of.
Do you think the 40 strength is enough, though? Do you go 40 strength, or do you think you go Dragon Tail?
Typically go 40 strength. I really like the Dragon Tail because it's such a long stun, but it's like 80-90% of DKs go strength.
Yeah.
It's a lot of strength.
Before it would give you a lot more regen though. Now it doesn't
Heart,
amplify
though.
your-
Heart is going to give him the regen percentage instead of...
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
Oh. All right, well, that's a dead Lifestealer. As he did get off his raid. Never mind. Living for the moment. He needs to find a friend, though. Can he get inside and
Wonder
live him?
He's
Okay.
out. Oh, no. He's a blunder kid.
All right, never mind. And Moon trying to live as well, but he is also going to fall.
64 seconds. Moon has no buyback. They're not going to have their Sand King. He's very important for these fights.
They push so fast. Gyro in action with the DK Dragon form. This is going to be some serious base damage.
And Puck is just not going to be able to do nearly enough.
They need to find a way to get on this IO. He's already pretty low, but they've just used everything up.
Look at the string of buffs that you have right now on this gyrocopter. Just everything in the kitchen sink.
Yeah, he's just ignoring the fights. Abed's just like, all right, I'll zone these heroes out. Ice, same thing. Gyro, ignore them. Hit buildings.
Just punches. Yeah, and so even with the heart turned off, he's at 87 regen right now.
That's
That's so much.
No, it's gone.
Well, he's not dying again for the rest of this game. Abed has just taken down the melee barracks bottom.
Pretty close to game clinching damage there. It's not totally over, but it's probably like 95% win probability or so.
The unfortunate thing about this kill is that it's just a Bane. If this was the previous patch, they'd get a lot more experience from that. But go to the fight recap. I'm curious to see how much. 1,260. That seems about right.
600 each, yeah.
So the Bane. That's the percentage of his.
Okay.
His total XP. Wonder kid pushing up back.
All right. The regen, the lifesteal. But it does nothing.
How much lifesteal per hit, I wonder? It's probably some crazy number.
Oh no, he stuck him.
No, the soulbind. He's on the treadmill. Well, Zephyr probably in some trouble now. As they swell, not going to be able to get him away in time. Ajit gets a slow. BKB's popped.
I got a bit antsy there.
All right.
Oh, they want to chase. They smell blood.
Ice just brazenly running into the entire team.
Ice.
Living through it. He's almost dead. Can they kill him off in time? Yes, they will. Possibly. Yes, they bring him down. And
They're all in this
Magnifier. Look at him
Magnifier.
caught. The epicenter down as well. They might be able to bring down Abed, but he pops the BKB, decides to run. Can he get out of here in time? He's still regenerating like a madman. The Yule Scepter absolutely Yules himself instead, slows. They need to get the punches. Abed just running, and the Burrow Strike eventually going to be there. They finish him off.
100 seconds. He has no buyback. They can go down mid right now.
What's the creep wave? It's
Look at the gold in the network.
Oh my God.
It's doable. They're drawing lines down mid and top. They may force at least a buyback or two out. Gyro also doesn't have buyback.
I mean, there's
the creep wave's
50
just
seconds.
a little bit far away.
That's so lucky that the creeps. I mean,
they
have
you
the
took
racks.
racks.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say lucky, but
Oh my
they're gonna
God.
try. Can they DPS through this? Okay, there we go. They got creeps now.
And the buybacks, they're not even really close. The Banes is a little bit, but he's still alive. So they're going to get some structural damage here.
They're going to get a lot of gold out of this. Puck just hit 25 off of that too, so the GPM talent kicks in.
The Jakiro hit 20 also, so he's got his.
Suddenly there's, 600 GPM for
I feel
free.
like you switch over to sleep, right? Oh man, the Enfeeble with the sleep also, the extra duration, but Just gonna rage.
Just trying to buy time for these respawns here. Ice. Not doing really any damage in. Needs to be careful.
Coil snaps. More coming out.
Can they kill him?
No.
Doesn't look like it. With the Glimmer Cape, he's too
This is
tanky.
tight, though.
And now they have the grip. Force Staff trying to keep him alive. They have the Ice Path down as well, but the Epicenter comes back in a second time now, but the BKB out. Look at all the damage coming from the Flak Cannon. Moon eventually going to fall. Still, Ice lives. And Ajit needs to get out of there. He has a missile on him, but should be able to escape now.
There's a life stealer. TP now.
God.
That was a nice buyback from Ice with the Crimson Guard able to protect the high ground. I like that they didn't overcommit to buybacks there, because that would just give so many win conditions to Tigers. They basically expended the least amount of buybacks possible to defend that. The Crimson Guard and the roll, they weren't even looking to go for kills. They weren't expecting to kill anything. It was just more so defend the high ground.
Right.
Because with these 2 racks in it, it's so hard to come back from this. There's not going to be many of those opportunities.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
And you create more by just the more buybacks you use, the more openings you give Tigers.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like buybacks being down is like their win
Top
condition.
shrine
Like
has fallen.
just Ice buying back is not a huge win condition. It is one, but if they force like the gyro or something, it's
I mean, when Ice buys back there, you're basically telling your DK and Gyro, make sure you guys keep buyback
Yes,
money now, because
exactly.
we lose this game if you guys die and you don't have buyback.
right, exactly.
So, like, if you know Pengo dies without buyback, you can hold high ground with 3 or 4 heroes.
Yep.
So we are starting to see these other cores for the Radiant come online now, at least to some extent, with Puck getting into some more damage, has a Dagon level 5. Also 2,400 gold on top of that. Got the GPM that could potentially make a difference with the Jakiro, as well as already has the Spirit Vessel, which I think we saw do a lot of work against that DK in one fight. Obviously great against Io as well.
That DK regen, they absolutely needed that Spirit Vessel. They honestly need like a Silver Edge too, but I don't know who would get it. I guess the Life Stealer. The Puck could actually get it too. The Puck has free items basically at this point.
It's more like he doesn't have item slots.
Yeah,
though.
he doesn't have the slots.
I don't think you really want it on him. Well, not bad in the front lines.
For the jump, they found him. Good stun as well to follow it up. Moon in trouble, and he does have buyback. Might need to use it here if they
I'm
decide
surprised
to
he's
fully
waiting.
commit.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, Moon off to the side though. The Enfeeble as well as that Nightmare keeping him controlled for so long. They have the grip, but still going to live through it, at least for the moment. But look at the Io starting to actually deal out a ton of damage. This level 25 talent. So Lifestealer dead for 115 seconds. Is that enough?
It's going to be hard to defend.
They just have so much tower damage. There's no passively defending this. You have to fight. They don't have a choice, unfortunately. I don't
But
think they can
don't
fight
have
without the Life
damage.
Stealer.
So, and again, it looks like it might be Mega Creeps here. They get the Lucky Shot silence, and Mega Creeps are theirs.
Such a sick noise.
Such a weird sound.
I hate hearing that when you're on the losing team, because it's like, that sounds epic and like I'm winning, but I'm not.
Radiant's middle
The
tower
Deso
has
Io. Yeah, I mean, Abed can just walk at the towers now if he wants to.
Maybe the sound should be different for each
It
team.
should. It should be like, wah, wah, wah. I don't know, something like that.
Oh, they didn't lash, but Epicenter, a good bit there as they take down one. It's the Bane. That is a dieback.
Getting low, but he's a DK.
Yeah, he's still fine. The tips come out onto DJ. And then the Macro Pyre with the BKB is there. I was actually silenced and was dropping down low, but he pops the BKB, and now he's going to have
silenced
the
with the
come in.
BKB
And
on?
they are diving fountain. They don't care. They want to get Ajit.
That's an immortal gyrocopter right there.
Look at these guys. They don't care about anything. Good game, well played is the call. And it is going to be Fnatic
In the
What's going
playoffs.
on?
So Fnatic and TNC win their groups, will go in as top seeds. So they won't play each other in the first round at least. Which was the expected
That's
result.
expected, yeah.
But both teams had some close games. This went 3 games. TNC almost lost to Team 496.
Yeah,
I think that's the
crazy.
number. Okay.
Some number.
Like it starts with a 4. I remember that.
I mean, Tigers had an opening here too. They had
Yep.
quite a few openings, despite the gold.
So we get Tigers versus Boom ID, and then Mineski Lotak already going on BTS 2. So Mineski Lotak will play TNC, whoever wins that
Okay,
in the playoffs.
makes sense.
And then winner of Boom ID Tigers will play
Fnatic.
No, TNC. No, they play
TNC,
Fnatic.
yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
yeah,
to
I've
switch
mixed
that
up. Yeah, I mixed up. So Mineski Lotak winner will play Fnatic, and then vice versa. I'm lying to you guys, viewers. I'm sorry.
It's all good. We got some cool graphics that'll show us it all later
Yeah,
as well.
There we go. Yeah.
There it is. On the
Beautiful.
playoffs.
Oh, I
Um,
can't
Tigers
wait.
versus Boom idea.
There will probably be a bit of a break for Tigers. You don't have to play like immediately. I think the rules are you get a 30-minute break before your next series.
Yeah. And
Sometimes it's a bit earlier because the team's like, we don't want you 30 minutes, but
yeah.
they probably want 30 minutes because they just played 2 series in a row. They might want some dinner.
Those were some intense series.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
I mean, you lost to Fnatic. I don't think that's like super tilty, and I don't think the way they lost it wasn't like they threw away a mega lead or anything.
Yeah, they had openings.
I think this is like a feels okay series where it's like, hey, you took a game, you had a kind of close game 3, you kind of feel terrible about this. If
Yeah,
you're
I think the way that they came back in game 3, or they had a chance in game 3, was also through some like very high skill plays. So that definitely feels good. Where it's like you just outskilled them in a fight and caused them to lose a lot, and potentially like you could tell that Fnatic were thinking like, oh, we could lose this. We need to shape up.
It seems like this is a match that too you could learn a lot from as far as like what actually does work, and maybe we should just ban out the IO gyro, get rid of it.
I think so. I think we've seen a lot of what does and doesn't work so far.
Yeah. Another game where MP goes off 21-4-16. He does die 4 times, but everyone was dying this game.
Yeah.
He had a good showing. But
What was the final score?
How many deaths does he have between all of his games? Like 6?
Yeah,
Something like
not
that.
many.
yeah, first 3 games stay at 0, and then he's just those 2 games.
That's a true carry right there.
Exactly.
That's a guy that you want on carry.
That's why they got him.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine Tigers will be probably going to study some of those Boom ID games because that's one of the things they just haven't seen them. Because Boom ID lost 2-0 to Fnatic and then 2-0'd the other team in the group. So probably spending that next 30 minutes. Yeah, Warriors Gaming. Probably spend 30 minutes, check out those 4 games and fast forward some VODs. See what they drafted.
You definitely like more so than ever now need to check because there are going to be teams that are running things that are very very strong that other people don't know about. Like you need to see what people are picking.
And if you don't have a coach who's been doing that like while these games are going on, then
right,
do it yourselves.
Oh yeah,
get in there, thieving.
At the very least, just fast go through the replays. Something like that.
Okay, well, we do have that little bit of a break then, and we're going to be continuing our coverage here in just a little bit. But if you want to keep on watching, you can hop on over. Just put a 2 at the top of the URL, so like right up here, about. Put like a 2 in there, and then you'll watch Mineski Lotak somewhere around there.
Over there. Is it flipped? I don't know.
It's somewhere. All right, guys, we'll be back in a bit with more from the Southeast Asia qualifiers. See you guys then.